So we're going to pick it up in the book of Numbers. We're going to be starting the 33rd, 32nd chapter. Don't move quickly. We got past the 30. That was rough. All right.
Numbers 32, verse 1. Now the children of Reuben and the children of Gad had a very great multitude of cattle. And when they saw the land of Jazer, the land of Gilead, that behold, the place was a place for cattle, the children of Gad and the children of Reuben came and spake unto Moses, and to Eleazar the priest, and unto the princes of the congregation, saying, At Ataroth and Dibon, and Jazer, and Nimrah, and Heshbon, and Elealeh, and Shabam, and Nebo, and Beon, even a country which the Most High smote before the congregation of Israel, is a land for cattle, and thy servants have cattle. Wherefore, said they, if we have found grace in thy sight, let this land be given unto thy servants for a possession, and bring us not over Jordan. And Moses said unto the children of Gad and the children of Reuben, shall your brethren go to war, and shall ye sit here?
Yeah. So they wanted to stop at that point, but we're right outside the land of Canaan. The Canaanites is in the land. We're about to go war with the Canaanites. But they found good pastures before we entered the land. They said, this is a good land right here for our cattle. So he checked them. He said, how you going to want to stay here? Don't we have to go to war? Don't you want to be warm with your brethren? Right? We don't.
And wherefore discourage ye the heart of the children of Israel from going over into the land which Yahweh hath given them?
Right.
Thus did your fathers when I sent them from Kadesh Barnea to see the land. For when they went up unto the valley of Eshcol and saw the land, they discouraged the heart of the children of Israel, and they should not go into the land which Yahweh has given them.
Right.
And the Most High's anger was kindled the same time. And he swore, saying, surely none of the men that came up out of Egypt from 20 years old and upward shall see the land which I swear unto Abraham, unto Isaac, and unto Jacob, because they have not wholly followed me, save Caleb, the son of Jeshponeh, and Kenezite, and Joshua, the son of Nun, for they have wholly followed the Most High. And the Most High's anger was kindled against Israel, and he made them wander in the wilderness 40 years, until all the generation that have done even the sign of the Most High was consumed. And behold, ye are risen up in your father's stead, an increase of sinful men, to augment yet the fierce anger of the Most High toward Israel. For if ye turn away from after him, he will yet again leave them in the wilderness, and ye shall destroy, and ye shall destroy all his people.
Right. So you can't. Basically, what you can't do is come with your own agenda. We're supposed to be gathered together to go on the land and to capture the land for the Canaanites. And you like, man, this land is good right here. You're going to discourage the mission that the Most High put us on. That's what he let them know. So, and he said, you know, he made reference to their forefathers that before we came there that discouraged the people, talking about the giants in the land. We can't take them. We can't do this. So you don't want to be that brother that had that discouraging spirit. We always supposed to push towards the mark, push to do the will of the Heavenly Father, okay? Right? Don't be that, oh, they ain't gonna let us do that, and be that discouraging word amongst Israel that kills the hearts of the men. All right, we know.
And they came near unto him and said, we will build sheepfolds here for our cattle, and cities for our little ones. But we ourselves will go ready armed before the children of Israel, until we have brought them unto their place, and our little ones shall dwell in the fenced cities because of the inhabitants of the land.
Right. So you say, you know what? We'll build cities. We'll take this land. We'll build cities. We'll leave our children, our wives here. We'll leave a couple men to watch the city. We'll fence the city because there's other nations around here too. They might try to take our wives and our children. Right? But our men, our warriors, we're gonna go with the rest of Israel and go capture the land from the hand of the Canaanites. Right? We know?
We will not return unto our houses until the children of Israel have inherited every man his inheritance.
Right.
But we will not inherit with them on yonder side Jordan or forward, because our inheritance is falling to us on this side Jordan eastward.
Right.
And Moses said unto them, if ye will do this thing, if ye will go on before the Most High of war, and will go all of you on over Jordan before the Most High, until you have driven out his enemies from before him, and the land be subdued before the Most High, then afterward ye shall return, and be guiltless before the Most High, and before Israel. And this land shall be your possession before the Most High.
Right, so we agreed. They agreed that this was a good idea. It's a good standing. So they built the fed cities and said, all right, now go and let's war. Let's make sure all Israel is to get their inheritance. So what we learning here is that unless we all get our blessing, you're going to be satisfied with just your blessing. Don't be just satisfied because your house is doing okay. You want all the houses to be doing well, huh? That's the spirit we got to have. We can't just be like, well, I'm just good for what I got going on in my house. Be good. Therefore, I'm good. No, you're not good. Unless all your brothers is good. All right?
But if ye will not do so, behold, ye have sinned against the Most High.
Right.
And be sure your sin will find you out.
Right. So he said, and not to do that is a sinful act. To not to want and to work for your brethren to do well as well is a sinful act. If you're doing well, you're looking forward for all Israel to do well. Okay?
Build you cities for your little ones and folds for your sheep, and do that which have proceeded out of your mouth. And the children of Gad and the children of Reuben spake unto Moses, saying, thy servants will do as my Lord commanded. Our little ones, our wives, our flocks, and all our cattle shall be there in the cities of Gilead. But thy servants will pass over, every man armed for war, before the Most High to battle, as my Lord said.
Right.
So concerning them Moses commanded Eleazar the priest, and Joshua the son of Nun, and the chief fathers of the tribes of the children of Israel. And Moses said unto them, if the children of Gad and the children of Reuben will pass with you over Jordan, every man armed to battle before the Most High, and the land shall be subdued before you, then ye shall give the land of Gilead for a possession. But if they will not pass over with you armed, they shall have possession among you in the land of Canaan. And the children of Gad and the children of Reuben answered, saying, as the Most High has said unto thy servants, so will we do.
Right.
We will pass over armed before the Most High into the land of Canaan, that the possession of our inheritance on this side Jordan may be ours. And Moses gave unto them, even the children of Gad and the children of Reuben, and unto half the tribe of Manasseh, the son of Joseph, the kingdom of Sihon, king of the Amorites, and the kingdom of Og of Bashan, the land with the cities thereof and the coast, even the cities of the country round about. And the children of Gad built Dibon and Ataroth and Aror and Atrath, Shopham and Jazer and Jogbaha, and Beth Nimrah and Beth Haran, fenced cities and folds for sheep.
Right.
And the children of Reuben built Heshbon and Elieleh and Kahath-arim, and Nebo and Baal Meon, their names being changed, and Shebma, and gave other names unto the cities which they builded. And the children of Mashir, the son of Manasseh, went to Gilead and took it, and dispossessed the Amorite which was in it.
Right.
And Moses called Gilead unto Mashir, the son of Manasseh, and he dwelt therein. And Jair, the son of Manasseh, went and took the small towns thereof, and called them Havoth Jair. And Nabah went and took Kenath and the villages thereof, and called Nabah after his own name. 33.
Good. So what? Everybody's distributed. Everybody's finding, we're getting our land. We're starting to reap our land out of the hands of the heathen. So we got land from what? The Amorites. We took Gilead. This is on the east side of Jordan. So right now we're on the east side of Jordan. We're already starting to grab lands on this east side. We're about to cross over to the west side of the Jordan, which is then you be between the Jordan and the coastline. And we're about to take those lands also from the Canaanites. So we picked up land from the Amorites. We picked up the plains of Moab. And now we're about to cross Jordan and take their land too. Right? Because the Most High blessed all that Middle East to the children of Israel. Everybody understand that? The size that Israel is today, when they call Israel on the map, is smaller than when we were possessing the land. Can I get some maps up here? What? We're going to get some maps up there so you all can see. We'll give them some time to do that as we read on. So we start to understand how our land was distributed to us and where we got our land from all the heathen that was there, among us and dwelling in those lands prior to us getting there. So we're coming from the south side right now. And we're heading north out of the plains of Moab. Reuben and Gad picking up their lands from Ammon. And we're about to cross the Jordan the Jordan River that's going to be opened up by Joshua. So, look up the land of the 12 tribes of Israel. Look that. The maps come up. Land of the 12 tribes of Israel, or the land given to the 12 tribes of Israel. All right.
This one's color-coded right here.
Which one? Huh?
This one's color-coded. This one? Yeah, right there.
This one? All right, I'll blow that one up, see what we can do. See the players up. It's blurry right now. All right.
What about this one here? This one? The one next to the left of it? Yeah, this one.
Right. Which one I want you to choose?
This one? Yeah, that one looks good.
That one looks good. Let's save it to you. Let's stop it then so you can blow it up. All right. What you're learning now, you're about to see geographically what's happening in the scriptures. And where we're traveling and the lands that we're conquering. Can anybody see that? All right. Is it turned enough? Did the brothers on this side see it? The brothers on this side see it? All right, good. All right, so right now, we're traveling this way. This is the plains of Moab. We're coming up. This is where Reuben said, oh man, this is good for our cattle. Right? So we said, all right, Reuben, you can take this. You and Gad can take this level, but you need to cross back westward, this way, and then pick up these lands, which is where the land of Canaan dwells. So right now we're coming this way. All right? Let's go.
33. These are the journeys of the children of Israel, which went forth out of the land of Egypt with their armies under the hand of Moses and Aaron. And Moses wrote their goings out according to their journeys by the commandment of the Most High. And these are their journeys according to their goings out. And they departed from Ramses in the first month of the 14th day of the first month, on the morrow after the Passover. The children of Israel went out with the high hand in the sight of all the Egyptians.
So that's why we celebrate the Passover. That's us leaving Ramesses. What's Ramesses? That's Egypt. The Pharaoh was Ramesses. So they said we left out from Ramesses on the 14th day of the first month, right? After the death angel passed over Egypt, killing the Egyptians, firstborn, then we left there with a high hand, like left there like we out, and we left, right? All right, read on.
For the Egyptians buried all their firstborn, which the Most High had smitten among them.
Right.
Upon their gods also the Most High executed judgments. And the children of Israel removed from Ramses and pitched in Sukkot. And they departed from Sukkot and pitched in Etham.
Could you look up Sukkot, the area of Sukkot, see that'll come up online? Because it should be, that'll be right down here, but I want to show that. You got that one saved to your desktop already. Now look up Sukkot. The land of Sukkot. I'll show you where it's at. Because Sukkot is coming up in October, going September, late September, and we're going to be carrying Sukkot, which is dwelling in booths, in Quiet Waters Park. So we're going to show you the area that we were geographically when we were keeping Sukkot.
Oh, right here.
Where is it showing? Okay. All right. Let's see if we can. All right. Now we get some information. All right. So now we're traveling this way. Okay. We're coming from Egypt. Right. Land of Goshen. Right. We're crossing the Red Sea. Right? And this is called what? This is Saudi Arabia today. Mount Sinai, where we got the law. Okay? We continuing eastward. We tried to pass by Edom. They gave us a hard time. We backtracked. Edom said they ain't having it. So we had to backtrack, right? Coming to the wilderness of Sin, which we dwelt for some time. And now we're coming into the plain of Moab, which the first set of land that we saw there, our brothers Reuben said, man, this is a good land for our sheep. So now you see in our journey, right? Geographically where we were. Okay. Now let's continue. Keep that one up there until we get to
Numbers 33 and 6. And they departed from Sukkot and pitched in Etham, which is in the edge of the wilderness. And they removed from Etham and turned again unto Paharas, which is before Baal Zephon. And they pitched before Migdal. And they departed from before Pahathroth, and they passed through the midst of the sea into the wilderness, and went 3 days' journey in the wilderness of Etham, and pitched in Marah. And they removed from Marah, and they came unto Elim, and in Elim were 12 fountains of water, and 70 palm trees, and they pitched there.
Right.
And they removed from Elim, and encamped by the Red Sea.
Right.
And they removed from the Red Sea and encamped in the wilderness of Sin. Right. And they took their journey out of the wilderness of Sin and encamped in Dovka. And they departed from Dovkar and encamped in Alush. And they removed from Alush and encamped in uh, Rephidim, where was no water for the people to drink.
Right.
And they departed from Rephidim and pitched in the wilderness of Sinai. And they removed from the desert of Sinai and pitched at Kibroth Hattaavah. And they departed from Kibroth Hattaavah and encamped in Hazarath. And they departed from Hazarath and pitched in Rithmah. And they departed from Rithmah and pitched at Rimmon Perez. And departed from Rimmon Perez and pitched in Libnah. And they removed from Libnah and pitched in Rissah. And they journeyed from Rissah and pitched in Kahel Athar. And they went from Kahel Athar and pitched in Mount Shafar. And they removed from Mount Shafar and encamped in Har-Adah. And they removed from Har-Adah and pitched in Machalath. And they removed from Machalath and encamped at Tahath.
So now, as you can see, we was moving. We're constantly in this Saudi Arabia, bit of a peninsula, and we moved around this land for those 40 years. We was in the wilderness, pitching, moving, pitching, moving, pitching, moving. As we moved through, as we came out of Sukkot there, and we came out from Goshen, from the land of Egypt. We came to, we dwelt in this area for some 4 years, right? Moving, right? You know.
And they departed from Tahath and pitched at Terah. And they removed from Terah and pitched in Mithkah. And they went from Mithkah and pitched in Hashmanah. And they departed from Hashmanah and encamped in Moserah. And they departed from Moserah and pitched in Benahaakan. And they removed from Benahaakan and encamped in Har-Gidgad. And they went from Har-Gidgad and pitched in Jotbathah. And they removed from Jotbathah and encamped at Ebronah. And they departed from Ebronah and encamped at Izar-Gaber. And they removed from Izar-Gaber and pitched in the wilderness of Zin, which is in Kadesh. And they removed from Kadesh and pitched in Mount Hor, in the edge of the land of Edom. And Aharon the priest went up into Mount Hor at the commandment of the Most High and died there. In the 40th year after the children of Israel were come out of the land of Egypt, in the first day of the 5th month. And then Aaron was 123 years old when he died in Mount Hor.
So how old was Aaron when he died? He was 123 when he died. 123 years old. He was a young man. All right. When he died in Mount, in the mountains that are coastal to Edom, to the land of Edom. So it's a mountain range here. These are all mountain ranges. Right? All mountain ranges. There's a mountain range here to the coast of Edom. Right? Yeah.
And King Arad, the Canaanite, which dwelt in the south, and King Arad, the Canaanite, which dwelt in the south, in the land of Canaan, heard of the coming of the children of Israel.
Right.
And they departed from Mount Hor and pitched in Zalmanah. And departed from Zalmanah and pitched in Punan. And they departed from Punan and pitched in Obath. And they departed from Obath and pitched in Ig Arim, in the border of Moab. And they departed from Em and pitched in the Ban-Gad. And they removed from the Ban-Gad and encamped in Alman Diblathaim. And they removed from Alman Diblathaim, and pitched in the mountains of Abarim before Nebo. And they departed from the mountains of Abarim and pitched in the plains of Moab by Jordan in Jericho. And they pitched by Jordan and Beth Jezimoth, even unto Abel Shittim in the plains of Moab. And the Most High spake unto Moses in the plains of Moab by Jordan near Jericho, saying,
No, let's get the other map. Now we're in the plains of Moab by Jordan. All right. So we're in the plains of Moab, right? Was really up here, right? By the Jordan River. So we're right here. This is the Jordan River, which dumps out into the Dead Sea. The Jordan jumps out into what they call the Dead Sea or the Red Sea. It's a highly concentrated salt sea, right? This is the Jordan River coming across. So we're right here at the plains of Moab. All this was the plains of Moab. See Moab, all that. Right? You know?
Speak unto the children of Israel and say unto them, when you are passed over Jordan into the land of Canaan.
Right, so you pass over Jordan this way into the land of Canaan. This is the land of Canaan. Read on.
Then you shall drive out all the inhabitants of the land from before you, and destroy all their pictures, and destroy all their molten images, and quick pluck them down all their high places. And you shall dispossess the inhabitants of the land, and dwell therein. For I have given you the land to possess it, and you shall divide the land by lot for inheritance among your families. And to the more you shall give the more inheritance, and to the fewer shall you give less inheritance.
Right.
Every man's inheritance shall be in the place where his lot falleth. According to the tribes of your fathers he shall inherit.
Right.
But if ye will not drive out the inhabitants of the land from before you, then it shall come to pass that those which ye let remain of them shall be pricks in your eyes and thorns in your sides, and shall vex you on the land wherein ye dwell. Moreover, it shall come to pass that I shall do unto you as I thought to do unto them.
Right, so he said, if you don't get rid of them, they're going to be a problem to you. He said, they're going to be pricks in your eyes and thorns in your side. I mean, they're going to what? They're going to be a problem to you. So he said, get them all out the land and then divide the land. The more got the more, the less got the less. And that's what we did. We got on this side of the Jordan River. Yeah.
But you see everything that the Most High divides for Israel, that the nations, the white man have turned it around, because what's being done in this society, the opposite, right? They look at us as pricks in their side. That's why they do what? They put castes in the prisons. Okay, they have all these abortion clinics. They have all these depopulation control that a certain year they looking to annihilate a certain amount of people. Okay, so they're doing to us what the Most High commanded us to do to the other nations. Okay, that's why they killing us off on a large scale. Okay. 34. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, command the children of Israel and say unto them, when ye come into the land of Canaan, this is the land that shall fall unto you for an inheritance, even the land of Canaan with the coast thereof. Then your south quarter shall be from the wilderness of Zin along the coast of Edom.
So the south border was the wilderness of Zin. Right below Judah is the wilderness of Zin. We're looking at that in the other map. That's the south border. So our land stopped at the wilderness of Zin, and Judah held that was going to give that land. That's right before that area, right? And Moab is down here, and Edom is down here. So Moab to this side, Edom, Zin, right?
Then your south quarter shall be from the wilderness of Zin along the east coast of Edom, and your south border shall be the outermost coast of the Salt Sea eastward. And your border shall turn from the south to the asset of Akrabim and pass on to Zin. And the going forth thereof shall be from the south to Kadesh Barnea, and shall go on to Hazar Adar, and pass on to Asmon. And the border shall fetch a compass from Asmon unto the river of Egypt, and the goings out of it shall be at the sea. And as for the western border, you shall even have the great sea for a border. This shall be your west border. And
Right.
this
Your west border here. The Great Sea is your west border. Meaning that your coast, the coastline is your border. You got all the land until the coastline. All right, so that's your west border right there. Right, which is called or the scriptures are called the Great Sea. But what sea is that called? The Mediterranean Sea. That's right, the Mediterranean Sea. Right?
and this shall be your north border from the great sea. You shall from Mount Hor ye shall point out your border unto the entrance of Hamath, and the going forth of the border shall be Zedad. And the border shall go on to Ziphron, and the going out of it shall be at Hazar Aman. This shall be your north border. And ye shall point out your east border from Hazar Hinan to Shepham. And the coast shall go down from Shepham to Riblah on the east side of Alin, and the border shall descend, and shall reach unto the side of the sea of Chinnereth eastward. And the border shall go down to Jordan, and the goings out of it shall be at the salt sea. This shall be your land.
It's the salt sea right here. So the going out of it shall be at the salt sea. So that's the salt sea. Okay?
This shall be your land with the coast thereof round about. And Moses commanded the children of Israel, saying, This is the land which ye shall inherit by lot, which the Most High commanded to give unto the 9 tribes, and to the half tribe. For the tribe of the children of Reuben, according to the house of their fathers, and the tribe of the children of Gad, according to the house of their fathers, have received their inheritance, and half the tribe of Manasseh have received their inheritance. The 2 tribes, the half tribe, have received their inheritance on the side Jordan near Jericho eastward toward the sun rising. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, These are the names of the men which shall divide the land unto you.
I know you see Manasseh on this side, but you understand Manasseh also had land on this side as well. All right? The half tribe of Manasseh also dwelt amongst Dan. And between Dan and Gad, they had this area up here too. Right? So it is a different time period. But half tribe at between Gad and Dan, they had the half tribe of Manasseh right up there.
These are the names of the men which shall divide the land unto you: Eleazar the priest, and Joshua the son of Nun. And ye shall take 1 prince of every tribe to divide the land by inheritance. And the names of the men are these: of the tribe of Judah, Caleb the son of Jephunneh, and of the tribe of the children of Simeon, Shemuel the son of Amihud. Of the tribe of Benjamin, Eliadad the son of Chislan. And the prince of the tribe of children of Dan, Buki the son of Jogli. The prince of the children of Joseph, for the tribe of children of Manasseh, Haniel the son of Ephod. And the prince of the tribe of children of Ephraim, Kemuel the son of Shiptan. And the prince of the tribe of the children of Zebulun, Eliapan the son of Panak. And the prince of the tribe of children of Issachar, Patiel the son of Azan. And the prince of the tribe of the children of Asher, Ahihud the son of Shalomi. And the prince of the tribe of the children of Naphtali, Pedahel the son of Ammihud. These are they whom the Most High commanded to divide the inheritance unto the children of Israel in the land of Canaan.
Right, so everything in order. These were the princes or the heads of all the tribes. And they would set the borders amongst all the children of Israel. So that we had all our own land. Each tribe had their own land. And we all joined together as one nation with our own land, our own respective areas. All right?
Show me over.
So you can see that the Bible itself, some people treat the Bible as a religious book, but it's a historical book. This all came to pass. This all actually happened. These lands, we were in these lands, and we dwelt in these areas, and it's recorded in all these scriptures. Right? But remember what we read in Numbers hasn't taken place yet. It's talking about what we're going to do. So when you get to the book of Joshua, that's when we actually enter in and do these things. So this is all being predetermined how things are going to lay out. So we're not reading something that happened already. We're reading it in the text of this is what you're going to do. All right, this is where your borders are going to be. Get these men. These men are going to make the borders. These men are going to do this. And this is all speaking before it happens. Everybody understand that? Because it didn't take place yet. Now you get to the book of Joshua, do we actually enter into the land? Okay, we're starting the 35th chapter of Numbers, 35:1.
The book of Numbers, chapter 35, verse 1.
Well,
And the Most High spake unto Moses in the plains of Moab by Jordan near Jericho, saying, Command the children of Israel that they give unto the Levites of the inheritance of their possession cities to dwell in. And ye shall give also unto the Levites suburbs for the cities round about them.
Right.
And the city shall they have to dwell in. And the suburbs of them shall be for their cattle and for their goods and for all their beasts.
Right.
And the suburbs of the cities which ye shall give unto the Levites shall reach from the wall of the city and outward 1,000 cubits round about.
Right.
And ye shall measure from without the city on the east side 2,000 cubits, and on the south side 2,000 cubits, and on the west side 2,000 cubits, and on the north side 2,000 cubits. And the city shall be in the midst. This shall be to them the suburbs of the cities.
Right, so isn't that the way it works? Even to this day, you have a city, and then you have what is called the suburb. And the suburb is what? More open land, more grassy area, where your city is concentrated. You don't bring your animals to the city, you have your animals out in the suburb. Right? That's according to scripture. So we had our animals in the suburbs of the cities, at least 2,000 cubits out, right? Which is a few miles away from the city. We had our suburbs, okay? So that design in itself is from Yahweh, it's from the scriptures, all right? That you had your city life and you had your suburban life. All right, read on.
Numbers 35 and 6. And among the cities which ye shall give unto Levites, there shall be 6 cities for refuge, which ye shall appoint for the manslayer, that he may flee thither.
Right, so amongst the tribes, there were cities given, there's areas given to the Levites. And of those areas, the little cities given to the Levites to conduct the Levitical business in that particular tribe's area, they also was given a suburb outside of that. But it also was given an area called the city of refuge, that the Levites would have ownership and they would have authority over the city of refuge. Why do we have a city of refuge? Who's the manslayer? What's that about? Who remembers the law on that? Right? Other than Amon 1, who remembers the law on that? Did I?
Somewhere they would send some, like if you murder somebody, they would go in that city until they receive judgment from the.
Right. If you murder somebody by what means? Or what means? Was it your intent? Accidentally. You know what I mean? If you kill somebody accidentally, you killed them anyway. So that person's family member, when they find out that person just got killed, they're going to be looking for you. But then you go to the city of refuge, where they're not allowed to come and avenge you until the whole matter comes out and goes before council. So the city of refuge is almost like a protected area, which was governed by the Levites. That if you ran for the city of refuge, if somebody came to the city looking for you, the Levites would deal with that person. So you can't come in here and look for that person. If they're in here, they have to go through the proper course of action, and then we'll see what it is. If they found innocent because it truly was an accident, then you need to, calm down. If they found out they were actually guilty and there was foul play, then they would be delivered to your hands. So the Levites would be the one that be in charge of that action. All right. So they were like the court system. All right. We had to go to, we didn't have a separation of church and state. Where we went to the priests, they were over the church, the praise and the worship, and they also was over the judgments. So we had to go to them for the judgments. All right. Until the time, of judges, but we'll go to that.
And to them ye shall add 40 and 2 cities. So all the cities which ye shall give to the Levites shall be 40 and 8 cities.
40 and 8 cities had to be given to the Levites for them to dwell amongst the land to the children of Israel.
Them shall ye give with their suburbs. Verse 8. And the cities which ye shall give shall be of the possession of the children of Israel. From them that have many ye shall give many.
Right.
But from them that have a few ye shall give few.
Right. So what? Let's say, look up the size of the land that Gad got. So in the land of Gad, there would be more cities for the Levites. But look at Benjamin. He probably only had a few cities for Levites. We didn't have a big set of land. Right? So you might have had like one Levite right there. I'm just messing. So the bigger the land, the more that we needed governing. It's just like today. The bigger the city, the bigger the what? The police department, the courthouse. If you go to one of the little cities, the police department and the courthouse be the same building. Yeah. Right? If you ever been to some of these little cities, you're going through the southern of America. You might go to land, man, you got the sheriff, the same sheriff, he's the mayor, he's also the judge, the same person. What's going on here? And then he puts his hat on and jumps in the squad car and he's pulling you over. And it's the same person. I went to a little city, something similar on the west coast of Florida like that. It was a trip, man. The same person he had like 3 or 4 titles. He was the fire marshal, he was the mayor, and he was something else, right? I'm like, why is this the same person? Right? But it was such a small city, there was no need to have all these departments individualized, right? And right where the sheriff was the courthouse, right? It was the same building, right? But as your land was bigger, you'd have to have bigger facilities to facilitate the masses and all the people, so that every place was covered. So I want to show you the reason why we're going into this so in depth, to show you that Esau modeled his system after our system. We civilized him, he didn't civilize us. We had instruction on civilization. Way before, he was sitting in the models, Fred Flintstone, Bonnie Rowe. We were getting all this instruction on civilization while he was, brain like a deer, right? So when this is a history hidden from our people. We think we the progenitors of the system. They just took our system and corrupted it, right? But the foundation of the system comes from us. We had cities and suburbs, bridges and highways. We was doing this way before he was doing this. All right, we don't.
Every one shall give of his cities unto the Levites according to his inheritance, which he inherited.
Right, so everyone would give to Levi. They had it at that area so they can govern these things that's going on in the city. All right, so they was the police, they were the The priests, the police, everything rolled into one. All right, read on.
Verse 9. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying,
Now you know that every tribe also had princes amongst that tribe, right? Because we went over that. So every tribe had their princes amongst the tribe that was of that tribe. But that prince would then set an area for the Levites in their city for them to do their work, right? And to converse with them and to consult with them on things being done in the city. So we had a very intricate, and we have senators and mayors and governors and all that in this society. We had that same setup where they had the different levels of government had to deal with things and come to what decisions that need to be made, right? Well, not just one person. It wasn't one king sitting over everything, governing everything in the whole. No, that's not logical. Right? When you go to the scriptures, you got to think logical. Okay, just like you have Fort Lauderdale police, you go 2 streets down, you got Sunrise police. You go 2 streets down, you got a plantation police. But then you got the county, right? Then you got state troopers that you got to deal with. It was the same situation. You had your local, and you had your regional, and you had your authorities on different levels. And these authorities dealt with each other. And then you got the feds out here, right? The federales, right? Read on.
Verse 10. Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, when ye be come over Jordan into the land of Canaan, then ye shall appoint your cities to be cities of refuge for you, that the slayer may flee thither,
right,
which killeth any person at unawares. And they shall be unto you cities for refuge from the avenger, that the manslayer die not, until he stand before the congregation in judgment.
You see that? Until he gets his fair day in court. Due process. Until he gets his trial, his fair day in court, he is not to be slaved by the manslayer. So he brought him to the cities of refuge where the Levites would prevent any slave to go down. Okay. Read on.
And of these cities, which ye shall give 6 cities, shall ye have for refuge.
Right.
Ye shall give 3 cities on this side Jordan, and 3 cities shall ye give in the land of Canaan, which shall be cities of refuge. These 6 cities shall be a refuge, both for the children of Israel and for the stranger,
right,
and for the sojourner among them,
right,
that every one that killeth any person unawares may flee thither. And if he smite him with an instrument of iron, so that he die,
right,
he is a murderer. The murderer shall surely be put to death.
Right. So in the judgment, if he did this intentionally, well, he's gonna be put to death. Right. There ain't gonna be no long trial and the person found innocent. I heard they opened up that case again with Emmett Till, right? Yes. They reopened the case because they can't seem to get nothing right, right?
The old lady confessed that he didn't want to say anything to her, about getting called over.
But they clearly killed this man without warrant. They up to something. They up to something. But we understand that their due process is a broken version of the process that we have. Right? Their so-called judicial system was based on the system of the Jews. Right? But they have corrupted it, broken it through their pride and their wickedness and their evil intent. They're taking a good system and destroyed that system. All right? So we have to understand that. So we look at things in the law, and you might see similarities to the law of the commandment, is because that law of the land comes from our commandments. The commandments is the father of civilization. Everybody understand that? Read on.
Verse 17. And if he smite him with throwing a stone, wherewith he may die, and he die, he is a murderer. The murderer shall surely be put to death. Or if he smite him with an hand weapon of wood, wherewith he may die, and he die, he is a murderer. The murderer shall surely be put to death. The revenger of blood himself shall slay the murderer. When he meeteth him, he shall slay him. But if he thrust him of hatred, or hurl at him by laying of weight, that he die,
Mhm.
or in enmity smite him with his hand that he die,
Mhm.
he that smote him shall surely be put to death.
Everybody understand that? You can't be a vigilante. You can't be like, you know what, forget about this city of refuge. I'm gonna get that cat, and I'm gonna hide, and I'm gonna sneak out, and he wasn't delivered to the hand of the slayer. Therefore, if the slayer slay him, he is now guilty of murder. The courts have to deliver this man into the hand of the slayer. You understand that? He has no legal tender. He cannot be a vigilante. He can't go out there and start, I'm going to get him anyway. Forget about the court system. Forget about the system that the yard set up. I'm going to go get him. Right? You go get him, all right. And if you get him, guess what? You're going to be now guilty. So we always have to wait for righteousness. Right? The due process that the Most High put into place. Come on.
For he is a murderer, the revenger of blood shall slay the murderer when he meeteth him. Verse 22. But if he thrust him suddenly without enmity, or have cast upon him anything without laying of weight, or with any stone, wherewith a man may die, seeing him not, and cast it upon him that he die, and was not his enemy, neither sought his harm.
Right.
Then the congregation shall judge between the slayer and the revenger of blood according to these judgments. And the congregation shall deliver the slayer out of the hand of the revenger of blood, and the congregation shall restore him to the city of his refuge,
right,
where he was fled, and he shall abide in it unto the death of the high priest, which was anointed with the holy oil. So if the slayer shall at any time come without the border of the city of his refuge, where he was fled,
right,
and the revenger of blood find him without the borders of the city,
right,
of his refuge, and the revenger of blood kill the slayer, he shall not be guilty of blood, because he should have remained in the city of his refuge until the death of the high priest. But after the death of the high priest, the slave shall return into the land of his possession.
Right. So what? There's rules. Right? There's time given. Time given to the revenger of blood to get over the situation. Right? But if he want to be disobedient, the slayer said, man, I ain't going to no city of refuge. I ain't staying here. I'm going back home. Hey, man. You get caught out there, it's on you. Right? The man slay you, it's on you. You should have been where the Father told you to be, which is in the land of the city of refuge. So we all have to, obedience is key. What you're going to learn with the Most High, obedience is key. Right? Everything given to us, for us to be obedient to it. If we're not obedient, then we're going to suffer the consequences.
Verse 29. So these things shall be for a statute or judgment unto you throughout your generations and all your dwellings.
Right.
Whoso killeth any person, the murderer shall be put to death by the mouth of witnesses. But one witness shall not testify against any person to cause him to die.
Right.
Moreover, ye shall take no satisfaction for the life of a murderer, which is guilty of death, but he shall be surely put to death.
Right. So you needed more than one witness. In the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses shall all things be established. If one person say, yeah, he did it, that ain't going to fly. You didn't see it. This one person said he did it. Well, you don't know that person that's speaking is the actual killer. That's why you can't have one witness. Because if I did something, let's say I killed somebody, and when you come to find out who killed him, I go, he did it. How do you know I didn't do it? You know what I mean? So the Most High used wisdom. He said that's why in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, that's how somebody is set to trial. But if there's only one person, we don't know if he did it or not.
That's why there's no repentance for Esau.
Yeah, there's another point. You don't even get a trial.
Verse 32. And ye shall take no satisfaction for him that is fled to the city of his refuge, that he should come again to dwell in the land until the death of the priest.
Right.
So ye shall not pollute the land wherein ye are. For blood it defileth the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of him that shed it.
Right?
Defile not therefore the land which ye shall inhabit, wherein I dwell, for I the Most High dwell among the children of Israel.
See, that's a very important verse right there, verse 33. Because the killer must be killed. The murderer must lose his life, or the land can't be cleansed. Everybody understand that? If there's no justice. You can't just let bygones be bygones. The blood of him that shed the blood must be spilled. Then we can get forward, we can move forward and heal. But once that slayer is still walking around like he ain't do nothing, there's going to be a problem. Okay? There's going to be a problem. That's the will of the Most High. Okay? Let's read.
Book of Numbers 36, verse 1. And the chief fathers of the families of the children of Gilead, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, of the families of the sons of Joseph, came near and spake before Moses and before the princes, the chief fathers of the children of Israel.
Right?
And they said, the Most High commanded my Lord to give the land for an inheritance by lot to the children of Israel. And my Lord was commanded by the Most High to give the inheritance of Zelophehad, our brother, unto his daughters. And if they be married to any of the sons of the other tribes of the children of Israel, then shall their inheritance be taken from the inheritance of our fathers, and shall be put to the inheritance of the tribe whereunto they are received. So shall it be taken from the lot of our inheritance.
Right?
And when the jubilee of the children of Israel shall be, then shall their inheritance be put into the inheritance of the tribe whereunto they were received. So shall their inheritance be taken away from the inheritance of the children of the tribe of our fathers. And Moses commanded the children of Israel according to the word of the Most High, saying.
So that we understand what he's saying here. He said, now if Reuben sells a piece of his land to Gad, it's only for a dispensation of time. Because Gad border cannot change. Reuben borders cannot change. The Most High set the border. So he sold this area to Gad. When the year of the Jubilee comes, you got to give it back. The borders got to reset to what they were initially by the Most High. Yeah, we can make deals, and it changes the scope of things, but when that Jubilees come, everything goes back to the way the Most High left it. Everybody understand that? You cannot think of what happens if there's a lot of prosperity in Ephraim. And Ephraim, right, they don't buy everybody's spot. So then what happens with the land for the other tribes at? It'll be all Ephraim, right? So that can't happen. So Moses says, listen, if this nation is prosperous, if this tribe is prosperous, and they're able to buy up other tribes and do business or who the case may be, when the year of Jubilees come, this borders get set right back to what it was. You can start over. Right? That humbles man to say, yeah, this earth belongs to Yahweh. Right? No matter what I got, this earth belongs to Yahweh. And that's how he humbled us with that. That our borders can never be, it's not forever. Our borders for as long as the Most High allows it. And then when he disallows it, we need to set it back to what he first, his first intention was. You know?
The tribe of the sons of Joseph have said well. Verse 6. This is the thing which the Most High doeth command concerning the daughters of Zelophehad, saying, let them marry to whom they think best.
Right?
Only to the family of the tribe of their father shall they marry.
Right?
So shall not the inheritance of the children of Israel remove from tribe to tribe.
Right. So we understand this now. They said, let the women marry who they feel best within their tribe. Because if the women of Reuben married the men of Dan, Dan's going to get full of Reuben, right? Of the women of Reuben. It's going to cause confusion, right? Because the men of Dan come down and marry the women in Reuben, and they dwell in here in Reuben. They build the houses, they dwell in this land, but they can never possess the land. Because in 7 years, when Jubilee comes, guess what? They don't have a house. Right? So they said, let every tribe marry who they want, but within their tribe. Because that will prevent confusion of borders and possessions. Now today, we don't have any land, so the tribes marry amongst each other is to no avail because we don't have any borders. All our land is, doesn't belong to us. Well, we see how the Most High, when it's time, resets these laws over in our own land.
For every one of the children of Israel shall keep himself to the inheritance of the tribe of his fathers.
Right.
Verse 8. And every daughter that possesseth an inheritance in any tribe of the children of Israel shall be wife unto one of the family of the tribe of her father, that the children of Israel may enjoy every man the inheritance of his fathers.
Right.
Neither shall the inheritance remove from one tribe to another tribe, but every one of the tribes of the children of Israel shall keep himself to his own inheritance. Even as the Most High commanded Moses, so did the daughters of Zelophehad, for Mahlah, Tirzah, and Haglah, and Milcah, and Noah, the daughters of Zelophehad, were married unto their father's brothers' sons. And they were married into the families of the sons of Manasseh and the son of Joseph, and their inheritance remained in the tribe of the family of their father.
Right.
These are the commandments and the judgments which the Most High commanded by the hand of Moses unto the children of Israel in the
hand on praises. We only have one more. This is Genesis. You've almost completed your Torah, line for line, precept for precept. All right. We're going to be going through Deuteronomy starting next week. Go through these verses. We see something else. You know what I mean? So the Most High is truly gracious and manifold of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right. At this time, do we have any announcements we need to convey to the people?
You can speak on the
Sears and Brown Mall is closing down, so we want to raise up some money to get a refrigerator from the fellas. We can possibly, tomorrow I'm not available, but possibly get it tomorrow because they'll be closing tomorrow. So we can raise some money tonight. We'll be able to go get it. But I won't be able to get it in the morning. So we can raise some money, I don't know what price is, but they got 90% off. So we'll have a brand new refrigerator.
So, besides your regular offering, we're trying to get some extra so we can get because everybody uses the refrigerator here, it's in and out, so we want to make sure we have a fridge that's in operation. So, besides your regular offerings, we want to try to get some extra to, get another fridge. So just, keep that in mind. If you're giving something extra for the refrigerator, just mark in the envelope and put it inside the box so we know, it's for that purpose.
Right.
Also, public announcement, kind of mentioned the other day, but Most High has blessed the house of the Hun, so we have part of 12,000 seal. another Levite child on the way.
Oh, yeah. Hallelujah.
Most High is merciful, is compassionate, long suffering. So it's a beautiful thing, to have a blessing, addition to the family. So, just keep our family in prayer, and the Most High have a safe and safe delivery. Looking forward, we read the story of, going to the kingdom. That's what it's about. I don't know, the Most High said 20 and under make it, but I'm hoping he had mercy on his generation. But it could be as well, 20 and younger make it, then the younger generation that's here. So we thank you for your prayers and blessings on the family. And look forward to the future.
Yeah. It's better to be fruitful and multiply. You know what I'm saying? Almost most times give you healthy strength, continue to add up to your numbers in His merciful sight. All right, so what else? We have.
So I guess people already started handing up.
Yeah, hand up, and you hand up to Bible, hand up now. You know what I mean? So, how they say in the church, we shall go rejoicing, bringing the sheep. Everybody hand up. Okay. The summit, Detroit, Michigan, August 9th to the 12th. This is the time if you go to get your ticket situation situated.
They're not that expensive. You know, I already booked a couple of tickets already. You know, I spoke to the brothers in Maryland, Adams Abbott. You know, they on board. You know, you got brothers in California, from all over. We're gonna meet up in Detroit. So it's gonna be a beautiful experience to see. You know, all the brothers that you see teaching on YouTube, they're gonna be in one location.
Right.
So you know, we plan to do a unity camp out there. So you know, if you can make that trip, you know, tickets it's less than $200, 210, 215 round trip, and you know, hotel, whatever. So it's not expensive at all. So if you need more information, you know, you can see me after class.
Right.
You guys have a hotel at staying there yet, or what location?
Yeah, they got some.
Yeah, we're looking into that.
They got some. So we're gonna, you know, the buddy system. You know what I mean? If, you know, those. If you go on solo, you know, and you want to connect with somebody else that's going, you know, let us know. We'll try to put, you know, 2-3 brothers, you know, in a room so that the room is cheaper. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot cheaper that way. Because we don't want, you know, brothers to break their pockets regardless. You know, but we want to see as much brothers come out as possible. No, sir.
Also, that we can also like
11th at even. Keep that in mind. Yeah. No.
So you know, I want to welcome, you know, all the who's here for the first time. So you know, I want to welcome the new brothers. You know, brothers. You know, I want to thank the video department. You know, a lot of people, you know, watching the videos, they're hearing the word, they're coming, and you know, that's what it's about, a building process. So this is your new home away from home. You know what I'm saying? I see a lot of y'all already made yourself at peace at home already. So you know, we're glad to have you here.
I know the active that's been here has been noticing every week there's new people. That means the Most High Spirit is being poured out, right? So we are prepared, and we are preparing, you know, to house more and more, right? Because the time is now. The time is nigh to our redemption. So as our family, you know, builds and grows towards Yahweh, you know, be an usher. We all should be ushers. We all should have that spirit of hospitality and welcoming brothers and sisters into the fold, into the family. You know, let them know how we do things here. Let them know that everybody here is approachable. We're not superstars. We don't sit up here and, you know, if you got a question, you can come and you can talk. You know, we have the eldership of Light Zion has a concern for every soul that comes through this door. We're concerned with everybody's soul. So, you know, I mean, you're not bothering us. Come talk to us. Come get instruction if needed. This is what we do. This is why y'all put us on the earth. So we are going to continue to be sincere. A lot of brothers that's been coming, y'all coming up in the spirit now. You know, you're going to see a lot of different faces teaching now because You know, we have a generation of brothers that, you know, they getting ready. They're ready to take over, you know, get this work done. Right? You know, the vision of Light of Zion is that we open 7 days a week. You understand that? That's the vision. We have a long way to go. You know, we open 3 days right now. You know what I mean? So we have a long way to go, but this place should never close. The tabernacle didn't close, huh? The fire was lit day and night, huh? I'm not saying it'll be 24 hours. That's probably, I'm not saying that. We're not there yet, but at least we can be. Yeah, we said maybe we will be open 24 hours then. He said it's just a rotation. You know what I mean? But the harvest, what the scripture say, the harvest is plenteous, but the labors are few. So we all need brothers to invest in their craft, invest in these scriptures, put the time in so that you are prepared and ready to go forth and teach the word of the Most High, to hold down service, to hold down class, to right? It's not like the churches where the pastor's the pastor for 45 years and nobody else can go up there but him. This is not that spirit. This is a school where you learn how to be a leader, right? You learn how to govern yourself and your community correctly. That we all should be apt to teach. This is what the scriptures tell us, right? Ready and prepared to bring forth the word of God. As long as we're in order and we're in one accord, we are looking forward to brothers moving up in the spirit and being able to, bring forth the edification according to Torah, right? So just keep that in mind, all those that's here now, because we got a lot of work ahead of us. Right? So
you're in the process of looking for a larger place.
okay.
And I mean, it's going to take sacrifice. You understand? You don't go out there and lead the faith, but it's got to be consistent. The upkeeping of the sanctuary. Because I pretty much established a relationship wherever I go when I meet these different people, but you don't know. Different landlords have different. You might get a landlord that's like on the first standing right outside the door when you walk out, you trip over the landlord. So we don't know who we're gonna get. So sometimes certain landlords are flexible. They won't be as harsh as somebody else. But Mike Dollar did take me earlier to see a place. It looks ideal. It has some places partitioned off in a large place. So we have the phone number. We're gonna give them a call on Monday, and it's right like what two blocks down, 3 blocks down. So it's not far from here at all. But it's a nice sized place. So we're gonna give them a call and see what they say. But it's gonna take sacrifice. Be consistent with the upkeep of the place. And it looks, doesn't need any work. We just move right in.
Yeah.
So we'll check it out on Monday.
Brand new refrigerator.
Yeah.
All right, good. We're gonna travel with our refrigerator too. We ain't leaving nothing behind. That's for sure. All right. So that's the vision. The scriptures say without a vision, the people fail. Now you know the vision of the Light of Zion. The Light of Zion vision is that we're going to be open 7 days a week. We're going to accommodate the coming in of more of our brothers and sisters, and we're going to grow. We're going to grow. We're going to be a light to the children of Israel. We're going to continue to shine that light. We're going to continue to be sincere with the word that we put forth. All right? You're not going to find those spirits of malice or envy or strife amongst our members. If we see it, we're going to cut it out. All right? We're going to attack it and we're going to root it out. So,
if anybody wants to see a picture of
this all started in an apartment in Florida. Right? Several apartments. Matter of fact, I even say an apartment, a living room. Didn't have the whole apartment. Then we had an apartment. And then we had another living room. Right? And then we had, then we shared a place with another church. Then we had got a big place at one point. But a big place that Babylon was our back, right? Right? The super white man was on our back for how many cars, how many people, how much everything. That wasn't going to work, right? So now we're here. So it's a growing process. We didn't jump out we didn't wake up one day and decide to open up a school. God and I have been doing this since New York. And prior to us doing it together, we were doing it apart. So we've been doing this a long, long time. Right? Without revealing our ages, right? But we're gonna continue. And we look forward to you brothers, helping us out, okay? And you sisters helping us out as well, okay? That's right. That's what we need. We need all the help, that we can a place of refuge for the children of Israel. All right. So at this point, we're going to set up a closing prayer and thank the Most High for giving us a Shabbat and peace. Hallelujah.
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 Who's the power?
Yahweh's power.
Who's the power?
Yahweh's power.
By Hashem.
Yahweh Shai.
By Hashem.
Yahweh Shai.
Kudas, kudas, kudas.
Kudash, kudash, kudash.
Kudas, kudas, kudas.
Kudash, kudash, kudash.
Holy, holy, holy.
Holy, holy, holy.
Is the name.
Is the name.
Of a Noah.
Of a Noah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Holy, holy, holy.
Holy, holy, holy.
Is the name.
Is the name.
Of Mashiach.
Mashiach.
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
Come on, Manawi Yahweh.
Come on, Yahweh.
Come on, Manawi Yahweh.
Come on, Yahweh.
Come on, Mashiach Yahushua.
Come on, Mashiach Yahushua.
Come on, Mashiach Yahushua.
Come on, Mashiach Yahushua.
Come Yeshurala.
Come Yeshurala.
Come Yeshurala.
Come Yeshurala.
Rockefeller Yahweh.
Rockefeller Yahweh.
Bahashem.
Bahashem.
Mashiach.
Mashiach.
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
Hawa'ah.
Hawa'ah.
Telenoah.
Telenoah.
Hashabbat.
Hashabbat.
Hashalom.
Hashalom.
Amkushah.
Amkushah.
Shemai.
Shemai.
Zapalaya.
Zapalaya.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapah.
Rapah.
Akazak.
Rakazak.
Ramakan.
Ramadan.
Ashma'ayah.
Ashma'ayah.
Akia.
Akia.
Wa.
Wa.
Akwatia.
Akwatia.
Amkushah.
Amkushah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bahashem.
Bahashem.
Mashiach.
Mashiach.
Yahushua.
Yahushua.
Yachak.
Yahak.
Shaitan.
Shaitan.
Yachak.
Yahak.
Shaitan.
Shaitan.
Yachak.
Yahak.
Kol.
Kol.
Rai.
Rai.
Yachayim.
Yachayim.
Yachak.
Yahak.
Kol.
Kol.
Rai.
Rai.
Yachayim.
Yachayim.
Amkushah.
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 All praises be to the power Abias and Jacob for his mercy. Truly endure forever. We thank you, for Yahweh, for giving us the Shabbat day of peace. We thank you, Yahweh, for all the souls in this room. We ask you, Yahweh, to continue to bless the children of Israel. Continue to wake us up in these last days. Continue to have mercy upon thy children. Continue to restore the covenant that was made with Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov. And thou art to be our power, we have to be thy people. For we are those that observe the Shabbat day and observe all the Torah. And we know that these things are set apart, that the words that are written in the Holy Scriptures are spirit. So we look to manifest these words within our lives. Heavenly Father, we actually sent an angel to put a hedge around all the families of the lot of Zion and all the families of those that have called upon thy name. And let no torment come into their household. Let Satan have no place amongst their members. But let they be filled with joy and peace, love, and the fruits of the Spirit, as it is written. Heavenly Father, we actually continue to expand the borders of the land of Zion, continue to enrich us with thy knowledge, wisdom, understanding, continue to keep away any negative spirits and evil spirits from dwelling amongst us. All this we ask in the name of thy Son, Hamashiach Yahushua. Let all that have breath praise Yahweh.
Hallelujah.
Let all that have breath praise Yahweh.
Hallelujah.
For Hashem Hamashiach Yahushua, the word of the Yah, on.
Amen.
The Most High, hallelujah. Real, Yahweh shines real to me, hallelujah, oh yeah, gives me victory, many people down, but I can't live without, that is why I love you so, Yahweh shines real to me, real, Yahweh shines real to me, hallelujah, oh yeah, gives me victory, many people down, but I can't live without. That is why I love you so.